Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Imagine a voice calling out for 950 years. Not a whisper, but a resonant plea, echoing through generations, ignored by nearly every soul. This isn't a fable, it's the forgotten truth of a prophet who literally saw humanity sink into depravity, and then, into the very waters of its own demise. His story is a hidden testament to patience, and a terrifying revelation of divine justice. Before the time of Prophet Nuh, humanity had begun to stray. What started as reverence for righteous ancestors slowly corrupted into worship of idols, carved stones, forgotten names. The earth, once pure in its devotion, became riddled with polytheism and transgression. This darkness spread like a plague, obscuring the light of truth that had once guided the earliest generations of humankind. It was into this world of deepening spiritual decay that Allah SWT sent Prophet Nuh. His mission was clear, to call his people back to the pure monotheism of their forefathers, to warn them against the consequences of their idolatry and their relentless oppression. A monumental task, given the arrogance and stubbornness that had taken root in their hearts. Nuh began his call with unwavering resolve. Day after day, year after year, he pleaded with his people. He spoke to them in public gatherings, in their homes, in their marketplaces. O my people, he would declare, worship Allah. You have no God other than him. Indeed, I fear for you the punishment of a tremendous day. His words were clear, his message pure, yet met with deafening silence, then outright scorn. The leaders of his people, those steeped in disbelief, immediately rejected him. We see you only as a man like ourselves, they scoffed, and we see none following you except the lowest among us. They accused him of madness, of seeking power, of inventing lies against Allah SWT. Every logical argument, every heartfelt plea, was met with ridicule and dismissal, hardening their hearts further against the truth. For centuries, the prophetic voice of Nuh echoed through their towns, a constant, undeniable presence. He invited them to repentance secretly and openly, by night and by day. He promised them forgiveness, abundant rain, wealth, and children if they would only turn to Allah SWT. But the people only grew more arrogant, more defiant, literally stuffing their fingers in their ears to avoid his words. Every generation that passed only intensified their disbelief. They mocked him, calling him old and delusional. They plotted against him, trying to silence his unwavering message. Nuh was patient, resolute, never faltering in his mission, even as his hope for their repentance dwindled with each passing decade. The Quran tells us, he remained steadfast for 950 years. Finally, after nearly a millennium of relentless rejection, Nuh turned to his Lord. His heart heavy with sorrow, he prayed, My Lord, do not leave upon the earth from the disbelievers an inhabitant. Surah Nuh 71:26. The time for patience had passed. The people had sealed their own fate through their persistent denial and their utter refusal to heed the clear warnings. In response to his fervent prayer, Allah SWT revealed a most extraordinary command, construct the ark under our observation and our inspiration. Surah Hud 11:37. Imagine the scene, a prophet, now an old man, given the task of building a massive vessel, not on the coast, but deep inland, far from any visible water source. This instruction was a test, a sign, and the final warning. Nuh began the colossal undertaking. With a few believers, they started felling trees, shipping timber, and constructing the Ark. The people, seeing him build a ship in the middle of a dry land, intensified their mockery. Are you now a carpenter? Nuh, they jeered. Or has your madness finally taken hold? They couldn't comprehend the divine wisdom behind the seemingly absurd task. Each hammer blow, each plank laid, was a testament to Nuh's unshakable faith. The ark grew, a monumental structure rising from the desert floor, a silent, yet powerful, prophecy. The unbelievers, however, remained blind. Their arrogance had utterly consumed their ability to perceive any truth beyond their immediate, limited understanding. They considered themselves secure. As the ark neared completion, the divine signs began. Nuh was commanded to gather pairs of every living creature. Imagine the sight: animals, birds, and insects, all converging towards the colossal vessel, guided by an unseen hand. It was a spectacle that should have shaken the most hardened hearts, yet the disbelievers dismissed it as mere coincidence or a trick. His family, too, faced a choice. His wife and one of his sons refused to believe, clinging to their idols and their people. Even in the face of such clear miracles, their hearts remained sealed. Nuh could only pray for them, his sorrow immeasurable, yet he knew Allah's SWT decree was absolute. The ark was for those who submitted, not for those who defied. Then came the appointed hour. The sign was a furnace, boiling over with water, as if the earth itself was weeping. When our command came and the oven gushed forth water, Surah Hud 11:40. It was a moment of terrifying revelation, the first tangible proof of the impending doom they had so carelessly dismissed. The mockery turned to confusion, then to dawning horror. As the believers boarded the ark, the heavens opened. Not just rain, but torrents, gushing down as if the sky had been torn apart. And from the earth, springs erupted, breaking forth with unimaginable force. So we opened the gates of the heaven with water pouring forth. And we caused the earth to burst with springs, so the waters met for a matter already decreed. Surah Al-Qamar 54:11-12. The waters rose with terrifying speed, engulfing homes, trees, and mountains. The disbelievers, who had laughed for centuries, now scrambled, their faces etched with panic and despair. They sought refuge on hilltops, in fortified structures, but there was no escaping the wrath of Allah SWT. The earth itself was being cleansed, a radical reset for all of creation. The ark, divinely guided, began to float, riding the monstrous waves that swallowed everything in their path. Within its wooden embrace, Nuh and the believers watched, their hearts heavy, as the world they knew disappeared beneath the churning waters. They were safe, but the cost was profound, a testament to the ultimate consequence of willful defiance. Amidst the deluge, Nuh spotted his unbelieving son struggling against the waves. One last, desperate plea escaped his lips: "O my son, come aboard with us and do not be with the disbelievers." But the son, clinging to a rock, defiantly replied, "I will take refuge on a mountain, which will protect me from the water." Surah Hud 11:42-43. A wave, like a towering mountain, surged between them, separating father and son forever. There was no protection against the decree of Allah SWT, no refuge from the overwhelming power of his judgment. The mountain could not save him, nor could his father's love override divine justice. The 40 days and 40 nights of the flood raged on, relentless and absolute. After 40 days and 40 nights, the divine command came: "O earth, swallow your water, and O sky, withhold your rain." Surah Hud 11:44. The torrents ceased, the springs receded, and the immense body of water began to sink back into the earth. The world, utterly transformed, began to reveal itself anew, barren and silent, a stark canvas for a new beginning. The ark gently came to rest on Mount Judy. And it rested on Mount Judy. Surah Hud 11:44. From its confines, Nuh and the surviving believers emerged onto a world washed clean, a world reborn. The air was fresh, the silence profound, broken only by the sounds of the animals disembarking, a new covenant established between Allah SWT and humanity. Nuh lived for many more years, establishing a righteous community, becoming known as the second father of humanity. From his progeny, the earth was repopulated, carrying forward the message of pure monotheism. The story of Nuh, is not merely a tale of destruction, but a powerful narrative of rebirth, of divine mercy for those who obey, and severe consequences for those who persist in error. The Quran reminds us of Nuh's enduring legacy, his patience, and the ultimate victory of truth over falsehood. His 950 years of warning serve as a timeless lesson, that guidance is sent to every people, that signs are given, and that every soul is accountable for its choices. Allah SWT is all-knowing, and His justice is absolute, yet His mercy encompasses all who strive for righteousness. If the profound story of Prophet Nuh, and his unwavering faith moved you, please consider showing your support. Liking this video helps our channel reach more brothers and sisters, spreading these powerful Quranic narratives to a wider audience. Subscribe to Sacred Ayat for more cinematic stories that illuminate the wisdom and beauty of Islam. Sharing this video with someone who would be inspired by Nuh's, patience and Allah's, SWT, power is a beautiful form of Sadaqah Yoriyah, an ongoing charity that continues to benefit you. And we would love to hear your thoughts. Comment below with which prophet's story or Quranic miracle you'd like us to explore next. Your engagement helps us continue this sacred journey. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.